Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. Andy Ruiz Jr., the unified heavyweight champion, has come face-to-face with Anthony Joshua for the first time since defeating Joshua on June 1st in New York in what was one of the biggest heavyweight upsets of all time. So this was for the first leg of a three-leg press tour to promote their upcoming fight on December 7th in Saudi Arabia. And this first leg of the press tour was in Saudi Arabia. But I gotta say, this really did not have much entertainment value, no real heat in the press conference, very respectful, very sort of sterile and stage managed event, and it opened up with just over 10 minutes or so of different representatives and spokespeople talking up Saudi Arabia, why it's in Saudi Arabia's goals in respect of sport, and a few other related matters. And I know that for most press conferences you have to get through the fluff at the beginning, but this really did drag on, and I know that they're excited to have the event in Saudi Arabia, but it was really hard going there, and especially when you sort of transition into the comments from the fighters and the general sort of tenor of the event. It really was a bit of a hard watch overall, and the highlight certainly was the two fighters coming face to face. But what I will do first is just get to a couple of clips from the press conference, Anthony Joshua, and then Andy Ruiz Jr., and then on to a couple of other quotes that I just wanted to get through, and then a few thoughts.
I never thought I'd be fighting outside of London or outside of America. So it's a blessing and I'm humbled to be here. With the fight, I feel I was up against a good challenger at the time, and as I mentioned, I was only champion until June the 1st. And as Andy's champion right now, that will last until December the 7th, until he has to put his titles in the air and two warriors go to war and the best man will walk out victorious.
December 7th, I know Anthony Joshua's coming hard. He's going to come strong. I know he's going to be preparing really good. But so am I, you know. I'm really hungry. A lot of people saying that I'm not training, that I'm not taking it serious. But come on, I got all these belts. Like you said, there's a lot of responsibilities to this. But I'm going to try my best. And God knows I'm going to try my best. I'm going to keep these belts. And I'm going to have them back in Mexico. But I'm really excited, man. December 7th, I'm going to make another history, and I'm going to win here the same fashion, the same way that I won June 1st, and I'm going to prove everybody wrong.
And he said he just doesn't want to have 15 minutes of fame. He wants it to last. He said he wants to be champion for years, and that he's more hungry because Anthony Joshua is more hungry, that Joshua wants his belts back, and that's giving him more motivation. He wants to train harder than ever. And his trainer, Manny Robles, said, "You're going to see a better, faster, leaner Andy Ruiz Jr., and they are expecting adjustments from Anthony Joshua, but they will plan accordingly, and obviously they will do what they need to do to win the fight." So the press conference overall, we didn't really learn too much, I don't think. I was hoping for a little bit more, not necessarily the out-and-out trash talk, but maybe a little bit more heat, a bit more intensity. It did sort of seem a little bit sort of ho-hum, but perhaps because obviously in Saudi Arabia it's a different sort of culture. Maybe they were trying to be more respectful. Maybe in the second or third leg of the press tour, either in the United States or London, we will see a little bit more heat and a little bit more animation from the fighters and everyone involved. But this felt more like it was really to solidify and explain why the fight was going to be in Saudi Arabia and sort of push that barrow, as opposed to the rivalry for December the 7th between the two fighters, which it was really sort of kept under wraps and there was no real heat in this one. But yeah, hopefully there will be something a little bit more to look forward to in legs 2 or 3, because I don't want to just keep covering the same thing, because after all, some of these events are not really just based for you and I in terms of we're going to watch all three, but they might be very similar. It's about the markets that those events are held in. They're trying for saturation coverage. When they get to a location, they want to have a bit of a splash, get into the media and get through that mainstream to cut through to casual fans and garner more support. Whereas, you or I, if you're watching this video, you're more than likely a hardcore boxing fan, and you're going to probably watch legs 1, 2 and 3, and you'll be looking looking for the differences between the three, and you'll be looking for certain things, obviously in terms of Ruiz and Joshua, mindset and other bits and pieces. And really, they did sort of have a bit of a poker face for this first event, and I can't say I learnt too much. Obviously, it's most of it, we've heard it all before. Ahead of this press conference, we've heard effectively everything that all these guys were saying. But yeah, so it was a little bit of a disappointment on that front, but good to see them get this off the ground. Obviously, we know the fight's going ahead, ticket details, etc. to be announced soon. It's going to be a 16,000 seat venue. And yeah, December 7th, it's only 3 months away now, so it will come quickly. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.